Now, talking about laissez-faire capitalism. We've mentioned this. This is a lot of review, but Herbert Spencer applies Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Where the origin of species, everybody kind of evolves or they die off. He applies that to society and natural selection and survival of the fittest. And he applies it to economics. In America, William Sumner is going to take this concept and he's going to kind of like be the first, I don't want to say socialist, but it's socialist ideals, all right? And he's talking about how the poor are misguided and they need help, and it really interferes with the laws of nature to allow the poor to stay poor and not for society to help each other. Okay. You gotta love the beard, the chops there. All right, we talked about this gospel of wealth in 1889 a little bit. Rockefeller is going to question Carnegie's views of helping the poor and being the trustees of the poor. He says God gave me my riches, and he uses religion to support and justify that by that Protestant work ethic of working hard and good things will happen to those who to work hard. He really looks at the poor as being lazy. Technology. Here's a good view of with the telegraph being created in the 1840s. Eventually, by the time of the Civil War, what will happen is they'll start to create the transatlantic telegraph line, and they're going to lay telegraph cable across the Atlantic Ocean. All right, and this will increase communication to Europe and to England and France, things like that. All right, so you see that line. Eventually, by World War I, that line's going to be cut and it's going to be laid about 2 or 3 more times. All right. 1875, there's Bell's first telephone. Kind of looks like your cell phone today. All right, here's the photograph of Bell making the first telephone call. All right, then you have the typewriter in 1874, first cash register in 79, the Kodak camera. You have the safety razor blade and the fountain pen. By 1879, you have the light bulb. We've talked about that. The phonograph is a year previous. And here's what Edison's MTO workhouse looked like. And again, he had a number of scientists working for him, and they would create inventions by the days, weeks, months. His main competitor is George Westinghouse. All right, and we talked about AC versus DC here. All right, obviously AC is going to win, and the results are important. Lighting of the cities, electric streetcars, subway system is going to be created in Boston first, electric machinery and appliances. All right, so AC is going to be very, very important to the expansion of the industrial movement. With this, we're going to have the development of consumer markets. All right, R.H. Macy's is going to be one of the first department stores created. You have Sears Roebuck, which is more of a catalog store before the Civil War. Eventually, Macy's and Sears, J.C. Penney's, they'll all create different types of department stores. But it's important because, again, it's a centralized location for people to come and shop and buy. Right? It's not like a general goods store. Now you have specific goods and items. Right? Woolworths, which was around for a long time until probably the 1990s. There's Sears Roebuck. Montgomery Ward's, which we had for a while, that's gone out of business. Kellogg. W.K. Kellogg creates the first cornflakes in 1898, and we're still eating them today. C.W. Post, he's going to be a newspaper guy. He's going to be involved in a bunch of different areas, right? Heinz comes out. So you have a lot of